Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to another coffee corner. So this is I think the first or second official coffee corner that I've done this school year. So welcome. So today is the 17th of October, and the reason that we don't have school today is because it's professional development for the teachers. Friday was the end of the first 9 weeks of school, and we're all going at school I'm sorry, what? We've been in school how long already? No. Really? Wait, what? It's just been crazy. It seems like the first 9 weeks has flown by so quickly. So today, the teachers are finishing up progress reports, doing some training, and that kind of thing. Paras, teachers' aides, we don't attend that. So we are home. So that is why I am doing a live this morning. So I know that Sammy and Christy might be joining me in a little bit, but until then, you just have me. So yesterday, Sam and I did something kind of fun and something that we hadn't done before. You guys know Sam's in college, and so I kind of offhandedly, when we were laying in bed before we got up, I went, we haven't, we didn't stop at Starbucks yesterday when we were out and about, to use our stars to get a drink. Good morning, cool gamer. Welcome in. And he's like, oh, yeah. And we didn't. And I said something to the effect of, yeah, we could go this morning if you wanted to. And hey, there she is. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
So
what is going on here?
You have a lot going on. What's going on?
Hi, cool gamer.
So Sam's like, well, we could go to Starbucks and I could work on my homework at Starbucks like a real college student. So we got up and got dressed and we drove to Salina, which is about an hour away. And we spent 4 hours sitting in Starbucks, Sam doing homework. And it was a lot of fun. Then we had lunch, kind of walked around a little bit, and then came home and started working on our summer and Christmas vacation for next year. And got that all figured out and worked out for the most part. So that's done. All we have to do is start paying on them. And what?
I said that's exciting.
Yes, you guys will just have to wait for the trip announcements. So, but
you're going on your other one here soon.
65 days.
That means Christmas is 65 days away.
No, it means Christmas is 70 days away.
It's close enough.
I think there's only 9 Mondays until Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2 Mondays until
10. There's 10 Mondays technically because
Christmas is on a Monday this year, huh?
Because Christmas is on a Sunday this year.
Oh yeah, I just get Monday off because it's on a Sunday.
Right. So yeah. Not, if you think about it that way, it's not that long.
Time's been flying by so fast. I need to finish shopping.
Well, Friday was the end of the first 9 weeks for us for school.
Dang, already?
That's what we were saying. We're all like, what is happening?
You guys are almost to Thanksgiving break.
I was getting ready to count that, including this week.
3 more weeks, right?
No, 3 weeks is just the beginning of November.
Oh yeah, it's 5 more weeks.
6 weeks, including this one.
That means I'm 6 weeks away from Josh and I going to the hockey game.
Fun.
Because we're going the day before Thanksgiving. Which
So
I don't know if
6
there's
weeks.
anything special for that.
So, but yeah, we were talking about it on Friday, like last week, and we're like, this is insane that it's already the end of the first, like we've been in school for 9 weeks. Tomorrow, we are going on our field trip. First grade is going to the zoo.
Oh, yes, because you got.
And the temperature has changed for tomorrow. Now, instead of being a high of 58, it's now supposed to be a high of 50. We're all going to freeze. I'm not going to bring back children. I'm going to bring back popsicles that look like children. So, but I did buy a thermos to take something warm for lunch. I looked at we looked at Kroger, we looked at Target, we looked at Walmart. And we found some, but they were super pricey, or they were like really small, like meant for like a kid's lunch.
You're not going outside right now. No. They're like the little baby thermoses.
Yeah, so I got this one off of Amazon and it came yesterday. So it says it's 16 ounces, and I'm like, that's plenty big to take, something to that I can snarf down really quick.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm excited. I have that. And I'm going to make sure and eat a good breakfast. Tomorrow, so that I'm, like my body has food to digest to try to help keep warm.
Well, you got your bagels.
I do. I had a bagel sandwich yesterday and this morning with them, and it's a when I was talking to Sam, I'm like, it's just like typically my breakfast is like 5 or 6 points, and then my lunch and dinner are bigger, but with the bagels, it just flips when that one of those larger meals are. It just makes like breakfast a little bit bigger. Like this morning, I had the bagel with egg and cheese and jalapeno and ham, and I cut it in half, and it made for a really nice breakfast sandwich. And I don't think, because sometimes I feel like I still get hungry quicker, and I'm wondering if there's just not like I'm putting that same amount of food on a English muffin, but I think there's not a lot to an English muffin.
Right. I say English muffins. My mom and sisters love them. They make these like pizza thingies with them. I hate the smell of them. I just
English muffin pizzas. Yeah, those were a staple when I was growing up, especially in youth group stuff. We would make them all the time.
Yeah, my mom still makes them. I hate the smell of English muffins. I do not enjoy it.
So I'm wondering if I'm just like not like my body, because I eat, say at 6 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock I'm hungry, and so I ate my bagel sandwich before I came on this morning. I got done just a little bit before I went live at 7. So I'm hoping, like, testing it out to see if maybe the bagel will keep me fuller a little longer than the English muffin will. Because yesterday I had one, but like we didn't get up and going like this early yesterday because it was Sunday, and I didn't really get hungry until around noon, and I had a big breakfast sandwich on a bagel yesterday. And I'm like, well, maybe I just need to continue to have the bagel, with a breakfast sandwich, especially if I know that I'm going to be super busy, because then it gives my body more fuel. Even though it's more points, it's more fuel. And I mean, like, on the flip side of that, I mean, I know that I could, and the nice thing about it is, like, if I end up running out of points for the day, I have so many 0-point foods that I can
like a veggie bowl for lunch.
I could have a veggie bowl, or like chicken for me is 0 points. So I could have chicken with broccoli, for dinner, and it would be 0 points. Oh, it's as if you are unfamiliar with the Weight Watchers program, which is what I'm doing, as you lose weight, you lose points. And when I hit 75 pounds, I lost another point. So I started out with like 47 or 48 points, and I'm down to 29 points. And, going, oh, well, I can going, wait a minute, where did that point go? Oh, I lost that point. Okay.
You're like readjusting your.
Yeah, it seems like that's happening a little bit more often lately. Like when I'm having to adjust. Oh, I need to adjust, which is a good thing. It's just, you're not going, what's happening?
Yeah, your body is like, wait, I liked eating that.
Well, the nice thing is like, if I eat 1 cup of non-starchy vegetables, I get 1 point back. Right. 1, they're 0-point foods. 2, I get an extra point back. And I'm the person that will, like, last night for dinner, last Sunday, we baked this Hormel Cure 81 ham. If you have never had a Hormel Cure 81 ham, go to Walmart. They're a little pricier than the farmland hams, but they are so good. Score the top, put in your cloves, put a couple pineapples on it, bake it. It will last you for a full week. And this is Sam and I hunking chunks off of it. And of course, I'm weighing my hunks as I cut them. But like, we had, dinner Sunday night with it. We had dinner Monday night. I've been shaving off like an ounce of ham every morning, like for my breakfast sandwich. And then we had some last night, and I had some this morning. So it's literally lasted me over a week now. And they are so good. They have so much flavor. And for one ounce of ham, up to, I think it's either 4 or 5 ounces, it's 1 point per ounce. So either when you hit 4 ounces, it jumps to 5. And yes, I know ham has a lot of salt, but 1 ounce.
I have a lot of salt too.
What? Sammy likes salt.
I'm very salty.
I know Sam was watching for a little bit, and he said he likes his salt too. So, but last night Sam's like, "Well, what are we gonna do for dinner?" And I go, "I don't know. What do you want? Do you just want to finish up some of that ham?" And Sam's like, "That's fine." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna bake some carrots to go with mine." And he's like, "Okay, I'll eat some cranberry relish." He loves the canned cranberry sauce, and we keep it on hand all the time. I think he ate the last can yesterday, so we're gonna have to pick up some more. But like, he just doesn't eat like he eats a can of it at a time. So I had my, think, 3 or 4 ounces of ham over my plate full of carrots that I baked. But I ended up with 1 point back, and I got 1 point back for the carrots, and I used that point, and I used my Weight Watchers cinnamon sugar bagel seasoning, and I sprinkled it on top with some butter spray and some onion and garlic powder, and baked them. And they're kind of like a savory carrot. They were good. So I'm sorry you weren't feeling good yesterday.
It's okay. I'm still not feeling the greatest.
So you don't sound like you're feeling too good.
Yeah. Oh, golly. I just have a mess of houses that just dropped too, so this is going to be fun.
I'm sorry. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I have to go get my well woman exam today.
That sounds awful.
So if you don't know what that is, and sorry guys, it is where I have to go get a pap smear, which is where they poke around in my uterus.
They don't just poke around. They like clamp you up like you're a freaking fish on the market.
And so they're like, well, since you're now 35, we have to start doing these once a month. Hello, Deborah, welcome in. So, or not once a month, once a year. I was like, wait, not once a month, once a year.
Jesus, could you imagine?
Oh, I would just be done. I'm like, okay, just take it and we're done. So I have to do that once a year now. Yay me. I posted a picture on Instagram and I thought it was so fitting. And it made me laugh. The fact that my entire body cracks like a glow stick whenever I move, yet refuses to actually glow, is highly disappointing.
It made me laugh too when I saw that. I was like, that is great.
And I'm like, this is what 35 looks like. When you're like, and so I was watching a TikTok and because I don't know, for some reason, I had been waking up between 1:45 and 2, like every morning the past week. And it's horrible. Thankfully, I was able to go back to sleep this morning for a while. So that was nice. But so I was just scrolling through TikTok because I had laid there. I looked at my Fitbit and I'm like, okay, it's 1:45. I'm just going to lay here for a little bit. And then, of course, the house is quiet and you hear everything outside. So, like, you're like, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that sound? What was that sound over there? So, okay, fine. I'm awake. Great. So I just rolled over and I got my phone and I started scrolling through TikTok. And somebody's like, I was at a thrift store and I found the Bat Cracker 3000s. And it's the old plastic chair with like the tops are about yay wide with the metal poles going down to the plastic seat, and it has like that spot for like your books, like that little ledge on it. You know what I'm talking about, Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I had to try it. So they're studying it and they're like, yep, it still works. So I'm like, Bat Cracker 3000, I like it.
That's funny.
When I was working in 5th grade, they had the blue chairs that we always like would lean backwards on to brace ourselves, and then it would kind of fold and it would crack the middle of your back. And I did that the other day at school because my back was hurting so bad. And the teacher went, "Was that your back?" I'm like, "Yes, it feels so much better now."
Yes, it is my back. Thank you for asking.
Yes, it is my back. But so that was just popped into my mind when I was thinking about glow sticks and cracking. Deborah, like, our conversations get really random on Coffee Corner just because it's really early. And I know people are probably wondering, like, why do you still get up early if you don't have to be, if you're off work? Well, for me, like, I'm going to be awake anyway.
For me, I really like corn. Just look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat when you think my collection complete?
We're singing 2 different songs. They got to go together, though.
They did. That was the scary part. Oh my goodness. So
why do they go together so good?
So I don't know. That just scared me a lot.
I'm literally crying.
Wow. Anyway.
I thought you were singing the same song with me, and then you said, when do you think my collection complete? I was like, we're singing two different songs.
So I still am. Sammy. I am literally terrified for tomorrow. I like cold. Like the cold. I am Elsa. The cold doesn't bother me. But that's me. That's me. Like individually, I have to help take care of 30 little humans that are
Well, the cold does bother them anyway.
6 to 7. That if that they can freeze and like a statue. And I'm going, how am I keeping tiny humans alive in 50-degree weather on a bus that's not heated?
Hopefully their parents are dressing them up in bundles. You'll probably see a lot of kids with the little soupy things.
I hope. Unless they ordered a lot of them. Because I was in charge of making the list of how many school lunches we needed and how many people were bringing a lunch from home. There's a lot more kids getting a school lunch, and that is like a sandwich and carrots.
And an apple. Oh.
Yeah, sandwich and carrots and apple slices and a bag of chips. They get reduced fat Cheetos. They are not good. Because
I remember your little brown bag that you would get if you had.
Oh, now it comes in a white grocery sack.
So we are really killing the environment. Wait a minute, you taking a field trip
School
with
buses aren't heated.
The bus is not heated. Oh my gosh.
School buses aren't real. They're heated to an extent. Like they have a switch they can flip on the radiator engine system that will push hot air into the bus, but like it's only the first maybe 10 seats that will feel the heat. And so I don't know, like typically as the adults with older kids, all the adults sat in the front of the bus. I don't know how we'll be spaced out for little ones.
Yeah, you'll probably be like, well, I don't know, because like how many little kids just are sitting on a bus by themselves anyways in a normal
on a normal day? Probably 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, at least 20.
Yeah, so they probably, it won't, I mean, my guess is there'd be one in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back.
And that'll be the main teachers, because we have 3 main teachers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deborah, school buses, unless they're the charter style buses, aren't typically fully heated and air conditioned.
They are ride a school bus very often.
Well, remember the last year and a half of my life was riding on a bus.
One time I was in elementary school, and I was supposed to be able to go over to my friend's house, and I was in elementary school, so I didn't know I needed a bus pass to like be able to ride the bus that day. So the bus driver was like, you need to go get a bus pass. And I said, okay, I'll be right back. The bus driver left me.
Oh no.
Yeah. See, and then one of my teachers had like rode her bike, and I was telling her where my friend lived because I had like her address. And she was like, oh, that's near me. Like, we'll just I'll walk you to her house, because my mom knew I was going to be at that house.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And then we get there, and her dad's like, no, she's not allowed to have guests over. So then I went to the teacher's house, and my mom came and picked me up at the teacher's house.
Wow. Yeah, that's not just like that's a safety requirement. We have to have a note signed. I say we, even though I don't work the bus anymore. The school has to receive a note was signed by the parent stating that they know that you will be riding the bus to a certain destination with a certain person. And then at the end of the day, because you have to turn it into the office in the morning, and then you have to pick it up before you get on the bus, because then you have to give that note to the bus driver. So
And I
the
think I
bus,
just had my note from my mom saying, like, yep, she's good to ride the
yeah,
bus.
that's the same note, but you have to turn it into the office so that they can make an accountability, like they make a copy of it, and
Right.
then you have to turn it into the bus driver, so the bus driver has like, because they have to write how many people were on the bus and how many people got off here and how many people, like every time you get off they have to make like a notation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for safety and liability reasons.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but like I think I was in 4th grade at the time.
Well,
As a 4th grader,
the bus shouldn't have left you. If the bus driver knew that you had to go get a bus pass, that's on the bus driver for leaving. The bus driver
yeah,
sent you to go get that.
yeah,
But typically what our bus drivers will do is they have a radio into the office, because especially with the younger kids, they'll sometimes forget to go back and pick up the paper.
mm-hmm.
And so they'll radio into the office like, hey, Susie K, is Bobby Sue supposed to be riding the bus with so and so today? Oh yeah, we have a note here in the office. Okay, I'll pick it up later. And then they'll just pick it up after route is over and file it the next day or something. But they wouldn't, but if they go, no, we don't have a note saying that, then we have to ask them to get off the but we have to ask them to get off the bus. I had this happen with 2 middle school students last year. They were I went, you're not normally on, like, because I knew with the bus I was on, I knew who was on the bus and who wasn't, even though I was a primary aid for a certain student.
Right. Well, because you were on the bus,
So I walked back and I said, hey, what are you doing today? She's like, oh, I'm going home with her. And I go, do you have a note that you're going home with her on the bus? She goes, no, I don't need a note. And I go, actually, you do. So why don't you come up and talk to the bus driver and see if we can get it all cleared up? And so she came up and she glared at me and goes, this lady keeps telling me I have to have a note to ride the bus. And that middle school snark.
yeah.
And the bus driver was like, well, yeah, legally we have to have a note stating that you are allowed to ride the bus and to go home with the student. She's like, but we're not leaving for about another 10 minutes. So you can go into the office and make a phone call. And she's like, fine. So they got off the bus and I'm like, I said, no, you need to go back and get your stuff and take it off the bus with you. Both of you girls do. And they were both like, so they got off the bus. And about 5 minutes later, just the one girl that rides the bus got back on the bus. And I go, where's your friend? She goes, just leave it alone. I'm like, okay. So
friend probably didn't have permission to go home with friend.
Right. So we did our bus route, and on the way home, Connie radios the school and goes, hey, so what happened with the 2 middle school students? The one got on and the other didn't. And they're like, oh, she knew she was grounded and was trying to run away from being grounded. So she decided to go home, ride the bus with a friend, and was supposed to go straight home after school. So, and I'm like, if we don't have a note, we can't let them on the bus.
Right.
So she was mad at me for couple weeks.
I mean, but also you're grounded, girlfriend, so like you're just gonna get yourself in more trouble. But I mean, she's a junior high kid, so
Right.
she doesn't understand that.
Right. So it was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, it's a good thing you caught that, because that could have been a big thing. They could have been like, why would you have let my kid ride the bus without being a regular student?
Yeah. Well, like I said, when you're on, and the bus, Connie, who is the bus driver at that point, is normally pretty good about like going, no, I'm sorry, who are you and why are you getting on the bus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Deborah. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, and enjoy your morning run with your doggies. Have a great day yourself. Bye.
Bye. Hopefully it's warmer, because it's only like 20 degrees here. We have a freeze warning going on, so
it's 36 right now. It was 20 something when Sam left.
Let me see.
But sometimes she's talking with another student and things like slip by. But I was like, I don't know you. I was like, because I'm like, it very well could have been like a new student, but typically the new student will introduce themselves, or the bus driver will know, hey, we're getting a new student today.
But also, don't they normally ride the bus to school to start?
Sometimes it depends. Sometimes the parents will take them in because sometimes typically they get there earlier so that they can like do a walkthrough of the school before school starts. It's 45 degrees here in Connecticut. Ooh, yeah, that's what it's probably going to be when I leave for work tomorrow morning.
I'm not looking forward to opening this door when the sun comes out for Evie one bit.
You're going to freeze.
Yeah.
And Evie's going to stand right in the middle so that you can't close it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
She loves you.
She went back to bed. She's used to. Oh no, she's sitting. She's warming her tushy on the. I don't know if you can see her. You kind of can.
Oh yeah.
On the cable box.
Peaches used to do that too, like lay on top of the cable box because it was warm.
She loves it. I have a little heating thingy. I should probably turn it on so that way when she goes outside, she'll sit there in the summer too. Just pop her butt down.
So, Mommy, my butt cold.
I'm like, okay, whatever, you little psycho.
I'm having my Celsius, my kiwi guava.
Are those lower in sugar?
0 sugar.
Oh, nice. They're high in something though, aren't they?
Vitamins.
Oh. I thought I heard somebody say something that they were like high in something bad. And I was like, that doesn't make sense because Lena drinks that.
They're 0 sugar, they're gluten-free, they're kosher, they're non-GMO, they're certified vegan. There's no fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 7 essential vitamins.
Hi, Christine.
Hey, Christine, welcome in. So, like, I started drinking them because of a YouTuber that I watched drank them, and I wanted to try them. Jordan Bao, she's a figure skater that works for Royal Caribbean. And she's like, I love them. And when she was on the ship, like, she'd be like, man, I really wish I had Celsius. And, so Celsius sent her some of like a care package. And I was like, wow, those sound really good. So they happened to be on sale on the 10 for 10 sale. And I picked up, one to try because I didn't want to buy 10 and then end up not liking them, because when that happens, I make Sam drink whatever's left. Or I give them to my mom.
That's so funny.
But they were really good. And so I've been drinking them ever since. And Sam's Club in Wichita had 15 packs for $9.85. So it made them super cheap, but there's only 3 flavors in them. There's this kiwi guava, orange, and sparkling berry. And I hate the sparkling berry one. Like, I would do a lot not to drink that flavor, but it tastes like I can drink orange and kiwi guava, like just grabbing it out of the box. So, y'all, this is my husband, and he says, yeah, when she don't like it, I get stuck with it. I'm not Mikey. And if you know, this is the reference to the old Life cereal commercial, give it to Mikey, he'll eat it. And so yeah, this is my husband Sam, y'all, for those who didn't know. Hey honey, I love you. But the sparkling berry isn't good warm. Like the orange or like the Fuji, the apple, sparkling apple pear one, it is my absolute favorite. It tastes like a sparkling apple cider. There's some that you can drink just like out of the can without it being cold, but sparkling berry is one of those that absolutely has to be drank cold. I don't know. It changes the taste. Otherwise, it has a really funky aftertaste.
I
But
don't like drinking anything warm except for tea, but it has to be hot, not warm.
But I mean, if you figure that it's not like boiling hot, but it's not like out of the refrigerator 34 degrees cold either.
See, that's what I need. Oh,
What?
I have Propels.
Okay, you have a balcony, right, Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you'll laugh at this because Sam and I were talking about it the other day. When we lived in Washington, year round out there, it stays about 65 to 68 degrees on the west side of the mountain range, closest to the ocean. And so when we would go grocery shopping and we would pick up 12 packs of soda, we would throw them, like not literally throw, but we would throw them out on our balcony. And
She's
so,
throwing them off the balcony at people walking by.
yeah, heads up, doink. But we would put all of our soda out and our bottled water out on the balcony because then it would stay cold and it wasn't taking up space in our refrigerator.
That's so funny.
One of our neighbors is the one that like clued us into that. They actually had like a metal like baker's rack that they had their soda and water on their balcony. They're like, yeah, it's just like an outdoor refrigerator. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so smart.
Why did I even think about that?
Literally, the first year we were out there on the 4th of July, like it was the beginning of July, and I was like, yeah, Mom, it's snowing, and Mom's like, honey, it's July. It's not snowing. Now, my mom grew up in Colorado, in the mountains, on Pikes Peak.
I had snow not in the full-on mountains on Father's Day, like a full-on blizzard.
I'm like, Mom, it's snowing. And Mom's like, Lena, it can't be snowing. Are you feeling okay? And I'm literally back, I had a flip phone with a camera on it. So I literally said, hold on, Mom, I'll call you back in a couple of minutes. I'm going to send you a picture. So I literally took a picture of the snow that was on our balcony and sent her the picture. She calls me back and goes, it's snowing at your house. Mom, no, really?
No, Mom, it's ashes.
I'm like, Mom, you grew up in the mountains. Give me a break. The next year we had Fort Lewis did what was called and they have like an independence, like 4th of July thing. And we were helping one of our friends who had a Scentsy business set up and work her booth that day. And I loved how she paid me. She paid me 2 Scentsy bars for every hour I helped her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are expensive too. Those are like $15, $20.
Yeah. Well, back then they were like $6 or $7.
Oh. Back then, $6 or $7 an hour was a lot.
Right. Freedom Fest. Thank you, honey. I was like, freedom, independence, something. Thank you, honey. And if I picked, and that was off of like the new scents, if I took them off of the clearance, I could have 3 to 4, depending on the ones that I picked.
Nice.
So I never ran out of Scentsy until I moved here, and I no longer had friends willing to barter for my time. But literally, the funnier part is that they had just reopened a coffee shop in the skating rink.
I'll be right back.
Okay. They're on Post, and so you could go in and get a cup of free coffee. So we went in and got 4 cups of coffee, and the bagel place on base was giving away free bagels for the month of July. So we went in and got we got 2 bagels free, and we paid for 2 bagels. So we literally took pretty much free coffee and bagels to drink and eat, because we were in hats, gloves, coats in July. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And now when I'm sitting home in the 5,000-degree heat of summer in Kansas, I'm going, man, I kind of miss the snow on the 4th of July.
Things you never thought you would say.
Things that I never thought I would say is what I should name the book of writing things that kids say at school.
Things kids should never say.
Okay, so
your kid said what?
Okay. I take partial blame for this because I hadn't watched it in so long. I am not a huge fan of the movie Hocus Pocus. But
me neither. It's okay. I like it. I don't love it.
Right. So every day at school, we have the first grade has snack at 3:15, and they get to watch a Disney movie while they eat their snack.
Have you guys watched Halloween Town yet?
Hold on, I'm getting there. So some of the kids are like, we want to watch Hocus Pocus 2. We want to watch Hocus Pocus 2. And the teacher and I were talking, and we're like, well, some of the kids may have not seen Hocus Pocus 1. We didn't really think that through too well. The moms dressed up like Madonna for the Halloween party. They talk about the Virgin and boobs, and Denise and I went, oh crap. So she literally had to go tell the principal what happened, and he thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so on Friday, when we were getting ready to watch the movie, and they're like, we get to finish watching. No, we are not watching that anymore. New movie.
Halloween Town's way better anyways.
We ended up watching Minnie and Daisy's Halloween something. But it was like,
I should have watched the Haunted Mansion Muppets.
Well, if you figure that every day they get at least minimum of 15 minutes, we go through movies quite quickly. Like, so literally I'm getting paid to watch Disney movies.
Me too.
Well, you're at home. It's different.
It's still amazing. You didn't give me any dates you wanted, Marie.
Oh, I was going to say dates that I wanted. Like, what? Oh, do you remember I think you sent me weren't we in a Hocus Pocus swap last year together?
Yeah.
Okay. You sent me this, right?
Yes.
It hangs on my bulletin board beside me.
Yeah, I sent that to you.
I was hanging up my Halloween stuff, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Sammy sent me that.
Yeah, I did. In your crummy box I sent you.
It's because she doesn't like me a lot.
No. Don't say that.
No, I told Sammy apologized a lot. She's like, she made a lot of this stuff for my box, and she was like, I'm really sorry, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw it at you if you don't stop.
I just felt bad, like I was in a rough time financially, okay?
And you told me that, and I told you it was fine to make the stuff for my box.
I know, but doesn't mean I didn't feel bad. Is Sam at work?
Huh?
Sam at work right now?
Yeah, he's been at work for like 3 hours.
Jesus.
And then I bought some Duffy pins from her, and she lost them.
I have no idea what I've rearranged my room like 4 times since I've sent that to you, and they are nowhere. Like I've emptied out stuff and like rearranged storage things, nowhere. I have no idea where they went.
I'm guessing that they got into a box or an order for someone else. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, and they didn't say, "Hey, did you mean to send me these?"
Sam says sort of working, but it's a slow day.
Oh, I wish it was a slow day here. My freaking guy and Charlotte keep saying, "Do I have anything? Do I have anything?" And then like I'm like, "I don't know." And then I get 20 things for him and I'm like, "Thanks." Now I have to do even more work. But it's stressful because I have 3 homes in Greensboro.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna have to send my guy out in Raleigh again. But so between my Charlotte and my Raleigh guy, they kind of split Greensboro, kind of whoever's free, and Charlotte's fully booked. And so I feel bad because I already have him in Greensboro today, and it's like anywhere from like a 1.5 to 3 hour drive, depending on where in Greensboro he's going. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give him all 3 of these houses if I can, they're turn property. So depending on when they're available, I'm gonna give him all 3 of them and have him just do all 3 of those in our run and walk system and just make a whole another day trip. But I have him pretty booked up too, so it's just like I don't know what you want me to do.
Aw.
It's fine. I'm just being a crybaby.
Well, I'm sitting here working on thumbnails for next year's vacation.
Next year's vacation? Jeez, girl. I'm gonna make a new intro for Christmas time.
Already done. I'm doing 12 for both of my channels. I'm doing 12 days of Vlogmas. And
are you doing them one in the beginning and one in the
no, I'm doing
and it's 24 days.
I think it's every other day, like first, third, fifth, seventh, and the other channel is on the other days.
Oh, okay. So odds and even. So it's still 24 days of.
Yeah, but it's just 12 on one and 12 on the other.
Yeah.
So like, let's see. I was working on this yesterday while we were at Starbucks. And so like one of the things was like a movie night, game night popcorn tray. I saw it on Pinterest. I thought it was fun. Some of it's going to be recipes. Some of it'll be a craft. Some of it'll be like Christmas, like fun decor. Fun. Some of it'll be like Christmas stuff will be in November. And then I found some like fun recipes that I want to try. Like it's a candy cane protein shake recipe, and so I want to try that, but that'll be on the other channel. And then I found a copycat shamrock shake recipe using Premier Protein Shake, and so I want to try that. And I'll make that, but that'll go up in March. So I've got a couple videos to record and edit later. Like my experience at Feet Fleet, because we did the foot sizing thing. There was some things I couldn't record, some things I could, and I'll talk about the experience. The pair of shoes that were really comfortable were $170.
No, thank you. I always find it really weird when like you can't record because like you would think that
back. I'm listening.
Want people to like see the experience you're gonna have.
I agree. But like it was kind of showing me the results of like the little testing thing they do. And I like my guess is like it's proprietary or something. So I don't know. But the girl who was helping me, I guess in quotes, literally like you could tell she did not want to be helping me. She did not like. I don't know if she was. I don't know what her issue was. Like she kind of ranked up there with Christy's Duncan girl.
I just don't get why people have to be so rude all the time.
But
Like, if you don't like your job, then literally quit. Like,
right, there's plenty of other options right now. So, but I wore my shoes, my new shoes that we got, the Skechers. So we went from Feet Fleet to Kohl's because Kohl's was having an additional 20% off of everything in the store. And then there was like a mystery coupon. And so I ended up with and I had like partial gift card that I didn't know I had in my account. Excuse me, there's like $2 on it, but I mean, $2 is $2. And so I ended up paying $20 for like a $60 pair of shoes, and they're Skechers. They're comfortable, so that's what matters. And they aren't rubbing a blister on my heel.
yeah, that is all that matters.
So we found the same shoe, like that was a version 12 that I tried on at Feet Fleet. We found the version 11 on Amazon, on the Amazon Prime try for free. And so we ordered them so that I could test them out, because you have 7 days to like test them and see if you like them.
Yeah.
So, and that 7 days starts the day that they arrive, and they're supposed to arrive on the 19th, which we were like, okay, do we buy new shoes? Do we hope that these come in, this try before you buy comes in before? I'm glad we didn't, because I would not, my tennis shoes do not, like, they hurt really bad, and these ones that we bought don't.
Oh, that's good.
So,
but also you got them for such a good deal that, like,
yeah, I was super excited. Sam's like, the 20% off coupon is in the app. And when I looked, I didn't have a 20% off. I had a 40% off. So that was like, it took like $15 off. Then I had the $2 gift card. So it like worked out so well that we found that Sam found them, because I was trying on shoes, and like the people in the shoe department at Kohl's looked at me like I was insane. But I was literally running around the shoe department testing out these shoes. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm becoming an athlete and I have to run in these. And like, so I need to know if they're going to hurt me.
Even if you don't have to run in them, like, your shoes shouldn't hurt you anyway. So
I was the lady, like, there was a guy, like, I think it was the undercover like office, the undercover
store officer.
Yes, because he kind of just kept, like, I'd run around and run, like he was wandering around, and then I started running around the section in the different shoes, and he just kind of ended up staying in the shoe section. He would look at me like really weird. It was really funny.
He probably was wondering if you were gonna just try to bolt out there.
Right. I'm like, dude, my sandals and my purse are like right there. I'm literally running away from my bag. I'm not taking.
Maybe he was protecting your bag for you.
Maybe, but he wasn't even right there. Like, so, like, if this is the aisle where I was, he was like over here pretending to look at shoes, and then he would like watch me as I ran around him.
He was ready for a chase. He was ready.
he was like, just try it. And the lady who was like doing markdowns is like, are you finding everything okay? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for some new workout shoes because I finally had to throw mine away after like 6 years. And she went, oh, okay. I could tell she like, wow, she wore the same tennis shoes for 6 years.
My mom wears her tennis shoes until there are holes, physical holes in her tennis shoes.
There was a physical hole in the toe of my right shoe, which is why Sam made me get rid of them.
Yeah, well,
they
my
were
mom
comfortable too, by the way.
Well, we grew up. My mom, I felt like she was comfortable. We grew up poor, like she was a single mom, and she didn't have boots. She had like one pair of like nice, they were like cheaper, like playlist shoes for like work. And then she had these white tennis shoes that she just always wore, and they had holes in them and stuff. And then like when it would snow, her feet would just get like soaking wet. And so she finally bought herself a pair of snow boots so that way she could um have them. And then like now like her husband is like, you're getting new shoes. Like you
Yeah.
shouldn't be wearing shoes to where like you can't even walk around outside because if it's wet, your feet are getting soaked.
Yeah. Sam was like, your shoes have a hole in them. And I'm like, yeah, it's extra ventilation. And he went, no. He's like, I'm like, honey, I've only had these since 2017. And he's like, so I took them on vacation, which I'm really glad that I did because the blue ones were hurting my feet. And so I wore them, and he's like, they're not going home. They're going in the trash. Good, say goodbye. So I literally had to put them in the trash and wait for my shoes. I love these shoes. I had them for my 2017 vacation and my 2018 vacation and my 2019 vacation and my trip in 2020 to Universal and my 2021 vacation and they went on 6 different theme park trips. They liked going. I'm so sad.
You should have made a shrine and like buried them in the backyard.
I should have. That would have been really funny. An ode to my shoes.
Filmed it on YouTube.
That would okay. Talk about going viral.
People would be like, "You'd get on the news. This lady had her shoes for 6 years and had emotional distraught to them."
I was emotionally distraught. Sam goes, 1, it looks bad on me considering I normally dress nicer, and she wants to wear shoes with holes, and that's true too. 2, she's becoming the athlete. I'm not an athlete. Well, I'm becoming the broken old man. Honey, I love you, and you're not a broken old man.
You're not broken. I mean, maybe emotionally. I don't know you that deeply, but
ouch.
Rough childhood. I don't know.
Ouch. And I just put your link in the chat for people to subscribe. Did you know you fell under 1K again?
I know. This is me, Carrie.
Okay.
I don't care really. That's why I don't post a lot of videos. I'm like, whatever.
But I started so well on my new channel, and then like all I post is my day in the life shorts.
Do you have a lot of subscribers? I feel like I'm subscribed on that one.
I have 85.
That's not bad for just starting it.
No, it's not. And I like that it's growing organically.
Yeah.
Even without like, because I literally just am posting the what I eat in a day videos, and like I've got a couple of videos that are going to go up, like the feet fleet video. I'm going to post a video of putting together my lunch for the field trip, and I'm going to put that up, and then I'm going to make last week was National Dessert Day. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. And Weight Watchers shared a recipe on Connect, which is like Facebook for Weight Watchers, with using their maple instant oatmeal, butter, and apples. And I actually have all those things. And so I'm like, oh, I can make that. 1, I can make it and eat it. and 2, it gives me a video. So I'm going to do that, I think, today. And so I'll film my Fleet Feet experience this afternoon when I get back from the doctor. And then tomorrow when I'm packing putting my lunch and stuff together, I will film that, and that'll go up on Thursday. And then this afternoon, in between doing other things, I'm going to make that dessert because I've budgeted in for today. And because it sounds so good, and I got those really big apples, and I don't even know, like, I almost wonder if I could end up making 2. With I got these little ramekins at Dollar Tree. Have you seen them?
Yeah, you went to Dylan's house to get apples.
Right. No, but have you seen the little ramekins from Dollar Tree?
No, what are those?
Let me go grab one. It's
Sam,
all
she
you.
ignored the fact that she went to another man's house just to get apples. She doesn't want to talk about her spiciness.
My husband, everybody. Okay, so Dollar Tree had these little bakeable ramekins for $1.25, Sammy.
Oh, that's cute. I like
And
that it's grateful.
And some of them say grateful, some of them say blessed, and they can go into the oven up to 425 degrees.
Nice.
I
Sam said,
know.
I saw that. She just shoved us away, Sam. She's like, we're not talking about that.
What I like about them is they're also microwave and dishwasher and oven safe. And Dollar Tree.
Oh, I thought you just said Evan, not oven. They're also safe for Evans.
They're also safe for if your name is Evan, you can also use these and they're safe for you. Ever since Dollar Tree like combined with Family Dollar and their prices have went like up a quarter, they've really gotten some more like almost better stuff in. But I got these because I wanted to make some individual breakfast casseroles. And I told Sam, like, I got these a couple weeks ago. And, like, if I don't pick them up right now, when I actually want to use them for something, I won't be able to find them. And Sam's like, yeah, grab them. So I got like 7 or 8 of them. And I already had a couple at home. But I'm going to use these to make the apple crumble with. And these are the apples that I got. I got 2 of them. And they are massive. They're called Sweet Tangos. And so I'm wondering if when I cube it up.
Tangos, are those apples? Or are they apples that are actually like tangerines, like the apples that are like great? Dylan's house really becoming a list.
Great. Here's the newest rumor that's going to go on about the channel.
Not only does Lena see Dylan every weekend, she also goes over to Evans to bake.
Great thing. So this is like the apples are massive. So I'm wondering if when I cut it in half, if one full apple is going to be too much for just one serving. You know what I mean, Sammy?
Oh, like to fit in the thing?
Yeah, along with like the crumble that goes on top.
So you just cut it in half.
You cut it in half, and then you cut it up into chunks, and then you put it in the ramekin, and then you sprinkle the crumble over it, and you bake it.
I guess it depends on like when you're cutting it into little pieces, how big those little pieces are.
Yeah, I'll have to see when I do it tonight, this afternoon.
Oh my god, I'm so cold.
So I don't know. Between you and Sam, the 2 Sams are ganging up on me.
I honestly don't even remember what I was just gonna say. It was about your apples. I mean, it's gone. I'm so cold.
I'm sorry.
I need to get like a heating blanket for my desk. I don't even have the window open yet, and I'm like freezing because it's right here. Obviously, you can see now that like it's actually bright in here. I'm gonna make some tea.
What kind of tea?
Just green tea. I need to go on to utilities and schedule my payment. Whoa. Excuse me.
So, and then I also found it's 0 point pumpkin pie. It doesn't have a crust, so it's more like a pumpkin custard because it doesn't have a custard doesn't have a crust. So I'm going to use these little ramekins as well and test that out next month and post it for Thanksgiving. And I'll also do a video on my cranberry smash that I have. I started making it gosh, probably 2010, 2011. Well, no, it would have been 2011 or 2012. And it's so good. It's 0 points, even on the new plan on Weight Watchers. You take a bag of cranberries and you cook them in quarter cup of water until they start to pop. And then you take them off the stove and put them in a separate bowl. And then I use one beater bar. You could put them in like a mixer or like a blender, and I just pulse it and to kind of chop up the cranberries to make them chunky. And then you put in a can of diced pineapple, not like the chunks, but the diced, in 100% juice. And then you put in either two of the small or one big of sugar-free red Jello, any flavor. And then you combine it all and you let it set, and it makes the best cranberry relish. When it's starting to set up, I will chop up some leftover pecans or walnuts. Typically Sam makes a pecan pie and there's leftover pecans, so I use those. And I'll just chop them up and I'll sprinkle them in, and then I'll sprinkle some on top as it's starting to set as well. And it's the cranberry relish I have, and I absolutely adore it, and it's so good. Sam says, no Jello. I like power.
What?
So every time when we lived out at Lewis, and it's happened at our house here too, every time I make Jello at home, the power goes out.
How?
I don't know. But every time every time I go to make Jello, the power goes out. Or pudding. Either one.
What?
Yeah. It's very weird. The first couple times, coincidence. But at this point, I swear that our refrigerator or house hates Jello.
Yeah, you have some kind of ghost following you that does not like Jello.
But they like cranberry relish, because if I make the cranberry relish, the power doesn't go out.
Does it happen when you're at like your parents' house?
Nope, just our house. Tell Fred to stop messing with our power that I want my Jello. Sammy.
Sorry, 1 second.
Fred is the ghost that lives in Sammy's house. And he needs to stop messing with my power.
Fred can stay in your house. If he's going all the way to your house to turn your power off, he can just stay there.
Nope, he's your little ghost friend.
I didn't ask for him.
Well,
you bestowed him upon me. So that's your fault. You brought him into this world and now he turns your power off.
I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it.
I actually do a reference to Fred in my Year That Year video.
Do you really? What was your reference to Fred?
Well, the card I was reading was talking about like ghosts coming out to like celebrate because it's Halloween. And so I turned to the door and I said, Fred, this is not an invitation.
That's awesome. I love that. 100%. I am here for that. 100%. I am here for that because that's really funny. Sammy is not here for that. She does not find it entertaining.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm just annoyed because these people were supposed to move out like 4 weeks ago. Maybe not 4 weeks ago, but a good amount of time ago. And it got pushed back, so then they were supposed to move out on Friday, and they're still there. So, like, it's a waste of my manpower to send somebody out there if people are still going to be living there.
No, stop that. I had to pull up our itinerary for our vacation because I had to look at it. But yeah, so Sam's always like, "Are you make like he'll like be prepared if I make Jello."
You guys need to get like a generator on hand.
Lena's making Jello. Oh, one time I was making banana pudding when we were living out at Fort Lewis, and I just put the pudding in the refrigerator to set, and the power for like the whole block went out.
Jesus.
I have a
What is your problem with
I don't
pudding
know.
and Jello?
It's giving me a complex. Like,
does it so that's what I was gonna ask. Does it happen if you make it at your parents' house?
No.
That is so weird. And does it only happen in this house?
It has happened a couple times, yeah.
But like, has it followed you through houses?
Yes.
See, so you would think it would happen if you went to like your parents' house and made Jello.
You would think.
It's the full county.
Thanks, honey. I wasn't making Jello the other night when the transformer blew up. Oh yeah, like the other night, like at 2:00 in the morning, our power went out. And it wasn't just here, it was like all over the county because one of the power transfer poles like caught on fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Lights conquered.
It's okay, Sammy. It's okay to be confused. We love you anyway.
My brain can't function today.
Have you had coffee yet?
No, but I don't really drink coffee. I'm freezing. What am I trying to do here, Spark?
I don't know because I'm not there.
Perfect. So this one will be on 10:20 to 8 a.m.
You sounded like Chewy yawning.
I'm just debating on if I need to try to use some of my PMs. No, because I could put that house on the 20th, and then I could put these three on the 21st. Maybe one day I'll have more DDI, guys. Just maybe. Okay.
So. now I'm sitting here working. I'm on 32 thumbnails so far for next summer vacation.
Dang.
And I'm sure like there'll be more.
But you keep your thumbnails, they're pretty, that's not who I wanted. They're like the same, like in the terms of like if you have like a vacation, everything's the same. You're just changing like the title name and stuff.
Yeah. So like, let me share my screen. And like not this one because this trip isn't out yet. But I will
oh my gosh, excuse me, sorry.
My projects. Fine. Let's see. Find StreamYard. Present. Share screen. Tab. Sure. So these are my thumbnails for our Christmas trip. And so it's the same background. It's the same thumbnail. All the pictures are the same because I'll make the first thumbnail and then this button, and this is in Canva, it just duplicates it. So all I have to do is change what the title is. And to me, that gives the trip consistency. If you just see that particular thumbnail, you'll know that is that particular trip. You're like, oh, that's her Christmas trip. Especially if you're like looking for a certain video.
That's cool though that you do that you have it kind of all coherent.
I think it keeps it cohesive and it makes, and I think one of the, and I will admit that I did this when I was first, creating content. It's so easy to try to make a thumbnail hold every bit of information that you want it to, and then it becomes too busy. And then, like, you know what I mean? Okay, so I think that less is more when it comes to your thumbnail. You want it to have the information that's important to the video, so that people will be like, oh, I need to watch this video because it's the information that I need about XYZ. Sam says, I plan to make the video for in Kentucky. Yes, we will be in Kentucky for part of our summer trip. So probably when you get home, honey, I'll have you look at the thumbnails and see if I need to add in any other thumbnails. That is, but like right now I'm at 32 and that's not like even the whole trip, but I do 2 videos a week on vacation stuff. So right now that's 16 weeks. So that includes, that's like everything right now from like, well, if you figure one of them's the announcement thumbnail, but anyway, there's probably stuff that I've not thought about that Sam will go, oh, well, you need a thumbnail for this, or you need a thumbnail for that. So, or like sometimes when we eat someplace specific, we like to do a separate video on it. Like for our trip in December, it's the first time that Mom Maria and Enzo's has done this. They have breakfast with Santa. That's an offering. That's a prepaid meal experience. And we are doing that on Christmas Eve. And so that will get its own video, own review, so that people will be able to, if they only want to find out about that experience, they can, go search for that video and find it. Same way we have Breakfast with the Grinch booked at Universal the day after Christmas. Same way with that. That will get we'll mention, oh, we are having Breakfast with the Grinch. Make sure to check out the next video that's coming up for that experience. And then our other character meals, again, we'll reference it. We'll probably put in a few photos. But the character experiences will also get their own videos as well. when Sam and I were talking, because our dining reservations for our vacation in December actually are this coming Sunday, and so when we were talking about some of the different character meals that we wanted to do, we realized that there's just not a lot of current videos for those like individually for those character meals. Some of the more recent ones, like there's a little snippet about the character meal in the middle of a vlog, and there's just not that to me, especially if you're someone that's new going to Disney, or myself as a travel planner, I want to make sure that the information that I'm able to give to my clients is current. And so I want to make sure that if I'm creating content for my channel, it can be used to help someone plan a trip, whether I'm helping them plan a trip, whether someone else is helping them plan a trip, or if they're trying to make some decisions on the dining that they want to do. Man, that was a lot of talking. So, are you back, Sammy? Nope, she's still muted. So, I guess I will give you guys an inside scoop on what we're doing for next summer vacation. We're going on a cruise. We have a 4th of July cruise booked on Independence of the Sea, and we will leave on the 28th of June, which is the Wednesday prior. And we have a brand new route that we're going to take this time. We are going to drive from here to Augusta, Kentucky, and we are going to go to the Rosemary Clooney House Museum. She was an actress. She was in White Christmas. We're going to do that. Then we're driving to Savannah, Georgia. I was a Girl Scout growing up. I've been a Girl Scout camp counselor. And we are going to go to the Juliet Gordon Low House Museum. So we're going to do that. And then it's only like 5 hours away to Port Canaveral from Savannah. So we are going to, after we leave the Juliet Gordon Low House, we're going to drive on down to Savannah, get settled into our hotel. We'll be there for like 3 nights. And then we will be driving back up to St. Augustine, and we're going to go check out the Pirate Museum that's there and do some other things there in St. Augustine. And then we've got a couple, like a down day to kind of get everything, readjusted and ready for our cruise. And then our cruise is the 3rd through the 7th. And then we'll disembark early on the 7th. We're not quite sure what we're doing with that day. It'll probably be spent in Orlando. We'll probably do one night at either Universal or Disney, and do Disney Springs or do City Walk. City Walk has putt-putt that you can do and stuff. So we still haven't nailed down that particular part of it. We've got that one night to still kind of figure out which way we want to go. But and then we will get up early Saturday, and then we'll more than likely, Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, we will get up early Saturday. We'll take our normal route that when we drive and go back. We will go around Atlanta, and we'll go through Marietta and get back and stop at Buc-ee's, because I don't think we're going to hit a Buc-ee's until we're on our way back. I've wanted to go to Buc-ee's the past couple years, and the first year, it was when we drove for the cruise, it was a last minute thing, and so we didn't stop. Last year we were going to stop, but we had all the issues with, if you have followed our vlogs, with the car, and the car accident that we narrowly avoided. Sam is an amazing driver. And that the fact that we only had to replace 2 tires was amazing. And so we were both kind of just rattled and ready to get to Disney. So next year, I really want to stop at Buc-ee's and experience that. I need to add that into the thumbnails is what I need to do. So, that is way too big. There we go. I know it's not spelled right, but at least it's got a spot. Sam said, what is the best option for second breakfast? Is Epic Universe isn't adding Lord of the Rings. I'm really bummed about that. Originally, Epic Universe was going to have Lord of the Rings as an area, and now the rumor is that they will not be adding that to Epic Universe. So that is a huge bummerty bum for us. There. This to go down here. There we go.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Work drama, always.
Always.
Always. Always.
So but yep. So did you catch any of what I said?
No, I had you muted because
Abra's Adventures. Good morning. Welcome in. We are going on a cruise next summer.
Oh, you announced it?
Yeah, I did. I've been talking about it for the last 6 minutes.
Wait, did I send an email for this one already? Discard. Hold on. Yeah.
Because Sam's like, I plan to make the video for in Kentucky, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just announce where we're going then.
For Kentucky?
Yeah, we're going to Port Canaveral via Kentucky. Mm-hmm.
Like you're leaving out of Kentucky?
No, we're leaving out of here, and we're going to Kentucky. Then we're going to Georgia. Then we're going to Florida.
Oh, your route's just different than normal.
Yes. We are going to Augusta, Kentucky, which is where the Rosemary Clooney House Museum is. She was in White Christmas with Frank Sinatra.
That's cool.
Or Bing. Sorry, honey. And then we're going to Savannah because I want to go to the Juliet. I want to go to the Juliet Gordon Low House Museum because I was a Girl Scout growing up. And then we're going to stay in Port Canaveral for 3 nights, and we're going to drive back up to St. Augustine, which has all tons of pirate stuff and pirate museum and whatnot.
That's cool.
Then we have the cruise, and then we've got 1 night that will be in Orlando, and then we will take our normal route home.
Dishonor you. Dishonor your cow. Dishonor your family.
I said, Frank
Sinatra. Dragon. I'm not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing. So what cruise are you doing?
It's a 4-night on Independence of the Sea. It also has the biggest collection of White Christmas memorabilia from the movie. So
the cruise?
The Rosemary Clooney House Museum.
Oh, so I was asking what cruise, and then you started talking about.
Oh, it's Independence of the Sea, July 3rd through 7th.
Oh, is it because of 4th of July?
No, that's just the name of the ship.
Of the sea. Oh. It only ships out that week.
No, and we were actually, our first cruise was on its sister ship, Freedom of the Sea, which left the day on the 5th, and it was out of Miami. So it's going to be very similar. But
where does it go?
Same route. We will have a day at sea, Nassau, Perfect Day, which is their private island, and then back to Port Canaveral.
Well, make sure you bring very good sunscreen.
Yes, because I was like this. Sam and I were this color after our last cruise.
I remember you messaging saying that you were so burnt.
I think Sam was actually more red than I was because he fell asleep on this floating mat in the ocean. I think he was more like this color. And
That
like
is bad.
just on his back. Like shout out to Ron John Surf Shop in Disney Springs, because we were walking like this. Like I was in so much pain. I couldn't wear a bra. And the girl goes, "You need some sun care." And I'm like, "Yes, we do." Our banana boat aloe gel isn't doing it. She goes, "It doesn't. It doesn't work. It sits on your skin and it does nothing." She's like, "You need this." And it's by Sunbum. And I love Sunbum anyway. And it's like this cooling gel. It just felt like you just dipped your whole body in an ice cube. And it felt so like it instantly helped, because Sam and I put it on and we drove, we were staying at a Rosen Inn because it was kind of a last minute decision to stay Friday night when we got off the ship. So we just kind of took a cheaper hotel.
I'm going potty.
Okay. And then we got cleaned up, and we went to Pop Century for to take some pictures and to eat in the food court and whatnot. So, and I know I didn't spell that right. BUC dash EES. Okay. But I like to have I like to make my thumbnails in advance. And I know that they will probably end up changing. Maybe we don't get to Buc-ee's again, so that thumbnail will just end up getting deleted. But I like to know in general about how many videos that I'm thinking that I'm going to be making while we're on vacation, so that I don't forget what I want to work on. And I know, like while we're still in port, I will make sure that as we go, I am editing, because I do all of my editing and everything on my phone. So I can edit and upload in the car. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I want to make sure that while I sorry, I'm getting over bronchitis and I have a frog in my throat. While we're on the cruise ship, I do have international to, like, when we get to Nassau, I can turn on my phone, like I can take it off roaming, and I can pay for and like it's like $10 for international. I can call my parents, that kind of thing. We're also going to Sam's going to have internet access for school, so that I can shoot mom an email or a message to say, "Hey, we're at sea. We're having a great time." That internet is going to be faster than what I have on my phone, and I learned that on our first cruise. You only get X amount of high speed, and then it reverts to a really low speed. And it's not suitable for trying to upload videos. Like, the best I'll be able to do is upload like some photos from like while we're in Nassau, on like while we're walking around, while we're on the ship sitting there in port. So my goal is to have, like, because the way I have our day that we actually leave on the cruise is actually split up into 3 parts, and I will tell you how I like cut those off. Like, part 1 is packing up the car, heading to port, and more. So anything that's doing with getting ready to go that morning will be one video. And I will make sure to, and I do really simple edits. I don't edit a whole lot, so it won't take a lot. I'll get it uploaded and off of my phone. Then part 2 is embarkation. So once we get to the port, waiting, getting on the ship, and that kind of thing. That will be a video, and that will get uploaded. Then we have our room tour that will get edited and uploaded. And then that will be off of my phone. So my phone will be absolutely clear of all video by the time, after that is uploaded. And so then anything I have, the rest, the like our C day, we'll have a ship tour. We'll have a ship tour. And the nice thing is that Sam, his phone is also connected to our YouTube account. And so I can film some things on his phone. And we did an ocean ASMR at breakfast on our last trip, and we did that on Sam's phone. So we'll probably do that again. The ship tour was on Sam's phone. So some things will be on his phone so that I don't lock up all the space on mine, but I will go through and take a lot of extras off of my phone before we leave. Like things that I won't need on my phone. Like I won't need the Disney app. I won't need the Universal app. I won't need like my Delta app. There are some things that I can remove. Like I've got a couple of games on here. My countdown apps. I can take some of these things off so that I have extra room, and some things like I can put back on when we get back off of the ship. But I want to make sure that I have as much room on my phone as possible so that I can video as much as I can. Like I'll probably.
Do you ever think that you will get like a camera?
I don't. That's a lot. I would have to learn a whole new editing program, and I don't like that.
What do you use now?
I use my phone.
But what editor?
It's called Video Maker.
Oh.
And I started using it when I first started editing. And it was a brand new app, and it was like in beta mode. And so they're like, if you purchase into like, it's called Video Guru is the actual name. And they're like, you can purchase a pro membership, one-time purchase for $8. And you'll always get all of the updates and nothing, you'll never be charged for, when we add new things to the app, new, filters and whatnot. And I have had it since then, and they've done some really big upgrades and stuff to it, new filters, new like transitions. I'm a pro member. I don't have to pay for any of that anymore. I paid a one time when they were first starting out. So it's like a thank you for trusting them type of thing. But I do really simple editing. I do a lot of transitions, and that's it. So.
Well, I know you guys were talking about upgrading your phone. Right. Would you keep your other phone so that way?
It depends. It depends on if they were offering a decent amount for trade-in. But like right now, and I always go through and I make sure that I'm doing like device care. I optimize it all the time to make sure it's working. I like right now with everything that I have on it, I still have 65 gigs available out of 128. And that's with a whole bunch of stuff on it. So
you have the S21 too, right?
I have the S21 Ultra. Sam has the regular S21.
Yeah, I have the regular S21 also.
And like I've even got like 5 gigs of video sitting on my phone. I've got 20 gigs of audio file. So I have pretty decent.
Well, if you backed all your photos up to Google and stuff, you can just delete what you have on there.
Right. I've got some photos on here, but some of it's like a couple of them it's for our counting down to vacation video. So I need those screenshots because it's like a screenshot of my phone with how many days for our countdown video.
Oh,
And
see
so
what I do if I need something is because I just back it up to Google and then I close it and then I just re-download it when I need it.
I don't, because I have so much on Google Photos, I have syncing off right now. But when we get ready to, and that takes a lot of, when you're international plant on your international, that takes a lot of Wi-Fi to do. And then it's going to try to back up all of your video as well.
Well, I just mean like before you go, like you can just move everything.
Yeah, before I go, I'll make sure all of that stuff will be cleaned off. Everything will be cleaned off and uploaded. So, and like I said, as I go, like when we get to Kentucky, that night, I will edit together our road trip day 1 video and set it to upload while we're sleeping, and that next morning it'll be in there and I can wipe it off of my phone and then I can start the next day, and I'll be able to do that through the whole road trip. So it works out. So what would you guys like to see? And if you're watching this in replay, thank you very much. Would you guys like us to see us do like, because we disembark at like 7 a.m., I think. And by the time I say, if they start saying that disembarking starts at 7, we would be off. I think disembarkation started at 7 when we got off in Miami a couple years ago, and we were off by 8:30, I want to say. And by the time we waited for the shuttle to get back to our car, it was about 9. Yeah, because we got into Disney Springs about noon, but it was a 3-hour drive from Miami to Orlando. But we're going to be in Port Canaveral, and that's like, I think, an hour. What would you guys like to see? Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching the replay. Would you like us to see like a resort tour of one of the resorts? If you want to see a resort tour, let us know which one. Would you like us to see a video from Disney Springs? Would you like a video from City Walk? What is something that you guys would like to see? Let us know so that we can see what it is and try to give you guys the content that you are wanting. I'll also put a poll on our community tab, and you can vote there as well. Oh. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what I was getting tagged in on Instagram. Okay. Sam says, what is everyone's opinion of NASA? I'm very conflicted. So if you think that if Sam should, it is $75 for a day to NASA. We're 100% okay paying for that for him. I would probably stay in the room, read, do something, just kind of chill out, because that, for me to potentially freak out over something at NASA is not worth $75. So let us know. I will just go into the community tab and make a poll on I'll start with the one for NASA, yay or nay. And you can go over there. posted a poll on our community tab over on the Hall Family Adventures. So make sure and go over there and check that out real quick. Oh. So thank you to everyone. Sam, like in the past month, we were at like 164, and all of a sudden, like we've been growing pretty steadily. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and are hanging out with us, whether it's in a video or whether it's in a live stream. We really appreciate it. And I love the organic growth because it's people randomly finding us through other videos or through other things that I've participated in. And I think that's just amazing. And we are so thankful for everyone. Like 3 years ago, I never thought that I would reach 1K, but I reached 1K this year. And it was just so amazing. And then to keep growing past that has just been like Sam and I are so thankful for all of you. And like I said, I am just so congested. It's not even funny. Like when I have so many channels that I am a personal fan of, and I think that they have amazing content. And when our subscribers like surpass theirs, and I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Like our content like isn't near as good as theirs is, but like you guys support us so much, and we are so thankful for you all. And it's very past time that we do a giveaway. So Sam and I have talked about a giveaway, maybe for the holidays. So make sure to be watching for that. You will see a announcement video on that giveaway, and we always do our giveaways on a live stream. So be watching for all that information to come. Probably after the first of the year. There's still some things that we want to kind of gather and pick up and put together. So definitely make sure that you are watching for that. So if you are not subscribed, make sure to do that. So that you get the notification, so that when we make that announcement video, you know when it happens. We don't want anyone to miss being able to enter for that giveaway. Oh, I am very nervous. Sammy's very happy about something. She's happy about my nervousness, and I know that she can't hear me, so she has no idea what I'm saying right now. But I have when I turned 35, I have to do a meds check every year in August for my asthma. And she's like, you turn 35 next month. And I'm like, yes, do. I am aware. And my doctor's like, well, at 35, you have to do well woman appointments. And I'm like, well, what is a well woman appointment? And she's like, well, you have to go and have a pap smear done. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, no one really does, but it'll be okay. And I'm like, no, it won't. And she just laughed. And so it was supposed to be last month in September, but my doctor was out of town. So it got moved to today because I have to schedule appointments on my days off. And I find it really funny that whatever Sammy is talking about she's laughing about it, as I am like sitting here like very like tense and kind of like getting nervous about this. And so I am not real thrilled about going to the doctor today. I don't think anyone's ever thrilled about going to the doctor, but very much so not thrilled about going to the doctor today. So, I'm stressing out a little bit. When I get home, I will probably take out my stress on the house and like go full on like binge cleaning for a while. I have like I made a list of a couple things that I want to get done today. Like I want to make sure that the dishes are finished getting caught up on, and I have some like clean, like tidy up in the living room that I want to get done, and I have some tidy up in the bedroom that I want to get done. Nothing that's like going to be like take a long period of time. Excuse me, but stuff that just needs to get accomplished. And at the end of the day, when I get home from work, it's about 4 o'clock, and I am just so exhausted. And it's not so much even it's not a sometimes it's a physical exhaustion, but it's almost more a mental and emotional exhaustion, because as someone in the who works at school with kids, you are on all the time. Like you have to make sure that you're smiling and you're happy, and everything is good. And you like I'm a very expressive person, and like one teacher goes, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And so like you're smiling all day, and like because like you can't let the kids know that anything's wrong.
Sorry.
And now I hear a weird echo, and so I am too tired to clean at the end of the day. So my days off from school, not including Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes Saturday and Sunday stuff gets done, but it's mostly when I get these couple of days off a month from school that a lot of stuff gets done. I was talking about how I was very nervous about my well woman exam, and you or whatever you were talking about, you started laughing. It was really funny. You'll have to go back and watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
He was telling me I was fired for the day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just go home."
I'll go home. Wait.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure you have a real long walk home." And I was like, "It's a big couple of steps."
I will walk from my computer to my couch.
Yeah. I'd go straight to bed. Let's be real. I'd just go hang out in my bed. Well, then I was telling him, I was like, I almost called out today because I'm not feeling good. And he's like, Corona? And I was like, no. And he's like, then you can answer your phone. And then
Thanks for the sympathy.
I was just like, no, it's because I'm tired of this shiz. Because he calls me all the time. I'm like, what do you want? One day it was just like there's so much happening, and he called me like 6 times, and the 7th time he called, I was like, you're at your limit. This is your last phone call. Like your data limit has been reached.
That's funny. But yeah, so you just started laughing. It was really funny. I'm like, Sammy doesn't even care. You're laughing at my pain.
Why are you nervous?
Because I don't want them poking and prodding.
The first one I ever went to, when they closed the clamp, they pinched me.
Ouch. Yeah. Great. Not what I wanted to hear.
I mean, it was like they sent butterflies and rainbows and gave me ice cream. It was a whole unveiling.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. I love you, Sammy. But yeah, but I just thought it was really funny that like all of a sudden I'm talking about how like nervous I am and you're over here laughing. She's like, yeah, that's why I'm her friend. And you muted yourself. But so yeah, when I get home, I have kitchen stuff to work on, living room, bedroom stuff I want to get done. I'm rewatching Hell's Kitchen. The earlier seasons are better than the newer ones, in my opinion. But I will put on that, and I will like go to town and get stuff cleaned up. Like I want to get my desk area here cleaned off. I want to get, the living room just picked up, because I will feel better coming home from work knowing that I don't have to deal with anything like that. And I know Sam will feel better coming home from work and not having to deal with any of it either. And so I am excited about that. And I've been treating myself the past few mornings with the weather dip um, to some of my Nespresso coffee, because when I reached 50 pounds, I actually think I got it before I lost 50 pounds. I purchased a Nespresso maker machine, and so I didn't really use any over the summer, but I've been using it more since the temperatures have dropped. And I have seen on TikTok a lot of people reusing the pods, and you just buy you can use your own coffee, and you just you have it like espresso ground, and you just fill your container and put these like reusable seals on them. And so it's something that I'm thinking about because I don't want to mess up my machine, but the pods are kind of expensive. But I don't use them every day. I use them like we have a Keurig, and we're going to use that. We're also, the Keurig was mine, and Sam kind of adopted it when I got the Nespresso machine. And I have an iced coffee Mr. Coffee maker because I got that for Christmas from my parents.
Sorry.
And you left me again.
I'm sorry. I am working, Lena.
I don't care.
It's because the resident's still living there, and so he's like, "Do you want me to do it?" And I was like, "Well, if you feel safe, you can, but I mean, you don't need to if they're still living there." And he's like, "They're cool. I'll do it." And I'm like, "Okay, if you feel safe, then do it."
Like,
and then I
okay.
said, "If you get murdered, it's not my fault."
Did you really say that?
I did.
This is Sammy Caring. If you get murdered, it's not my fault.
He knew I was joking.
So
I'm just such a good person.
well, we have been live for almost 2 hours, and I need to finish doing a couple things before I leave for my doctor's appointment. So, Sammy, is there anything going on with your channel that you would like to tell everyone about?
You're on the 22nd, and my pumpkin carving video went up yesterday.
Okay. And that was a collab with the Siskateers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So make sure Sammy's link is in the chat. She's also under the featured channels list on the channel. Guys, get her back over 1K. Let's make sure that happens. She when she tries.
Try. There's no I in try.
That's right. That's why.
There is an I in tries. Just kidding.
She does put out good content, and she's a good friend, and we want to make sure that she stays at 1K. So make sure to go check her out. Coming up on our channel, the preparation for Sam's Halloween display videos. We've got 3 of those that are going to be coming out. And then right before Halloween, we will share with you the nighttime display in full effect. And then so we're calling them our favorites series. Kind of just some things that like we enjoy about either Disney, Universal, or theme parks in Orlando and in general. And then coming up in December are the 12 days of Christmas video series on both this channel and my weight loss channel, which is also linked in the link tree in the bio and in the featured channels. So thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. We will see you in the next video or live stream. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.